Om Namah Shivaya. Let us now continue to listen to the discourse on why should Veda Rakshanam be a lifetime undertaking by MahaPeriyava from the book Voice of God, Volume 1. That rishis are those who went beyond human intellect and became transcendental, and Veda mantras have come to the world through them, is the fundamental doctrine. If it is argued that such people cannot at all attain spiritual power, there is nothing to say. We can point to the living great and those who have attained Siddhi, special powers, and tell that these people possess powers which others do not have, and looking to them at least you can believe. If the reply to this is that such people indulge in cheating and jugglery, then there is no argument. In our present state, the view that nothing could be there which is beyond the understanding of our intellect is the most irrational argument. Those who talk like this must properly understand it themselves. Despite there being several political meetings, you have all come to me in the expectation of listening to some interesting talk. I think that no one amongst you is such a rationalist, and therefore I am giving you reason why Vedas should continue to be alive in the traditional way. To those who are not like that, it may appear that there is something right in what the Swami is saying. My talking repeatedly about Veda Shabda and giving importance to it is not clear, is it not? Alright, how does Shabdam get generated? Where there is movement, there Shabdam gets generated. This is said by the rational science itself. By making different movements in sound, we have created different kinds of word sounds. Shabdam may appear to be those which the ears can hear, but when we consider radio, telephone, etc., we find that some sounds can be converted into magnetic waves which cannot be heard. What we hear, see, etc., are all these magnetic waves. Science has advanced to a position that it can be said that one who sees and hears and his brain too are these waves. Let that be. In the world, so many millions of insentient things have appeared: mountains, earth, rivers, ocean, etc. Different kinds of living beings have appeared. All these have been created from out of something. During such creation, that something must have undergone several movements due to which all things happened. If movement is associated with sound, different kinds of sounds must have existed before creation. In this creation, each gives life to the other. When taking care like this mutually, several kinds of movements or sounds must get generated. It is not that movement is there only in physical activity. Scientists have discovered that even our thought process is a kind of electrical energy flow. Due to this, since each of our thoughts is also a movement, there should be a sound too. Since these sounds are extremely subtle, our ears cannot hear them. The naked eye cannot see the bacteria, but it can be seen through a microscope. In the same way, there are plenty of subtle sounds which are not audible. If there is a movement, either physically or through the mind, a sound must get generated according to science. Every movement has an exclusive Shabda associated with it. To put it differently, for producing each and every sound, a specific movement has to be made. A musician is singing. We want to sing in the same way as he sings. If we want to produce the same sound variations, we have to move the vocal cord in the same way as he does. Sound and movement get generated together. From such generation, a physical thing or a mental wave gets generated. All in all, Srishti takes shape from Shabda. This philosophical concept, it is seen, is correct according to rational science too. The Shabdas, which are the roots of Srishti, and all the activities and thought processes that take place in it fill the space. When we clap, a sound is produced. What happens to it? It remains in space. There is a movement and a Shabda associated with good and bad deeds. If that sound is produced, the good or bad associated with it must happen. If good thoughts occur to people, there should be movements which produce them. There should be sounds appropriate to such movements. If we can produce such sounds, good thoughts will keep coming up in the minds of people. What greater happiness is there for the world than people having noble thoughts. Om Namah Shivaya. We shall continue to listen to the discourse in the next post. Om Namah Shivaya. Hara Hara Shankara Jai Jai Shankara. Kanchi Shankara Kamakoti Shankara.